Hi, this is Sherry Veronica, and this is Professor Myrna Lashley, and she's talking about you, Barbadians. She too hails from Barbados, and she's talking about you needing to get away from like judging people based on what high school they've been to, something that they did when they were kids. She's talking about the partition or the segregation that starts when you are children. She didn't put it that way, but she's talking about you that way, about the segregation and the hatred and the dislike that starts, that parents, adults put inside of their children. That is a feeling. It is a mindset that is put there by adults in children, in their children when they're young, and they make that segregation based on a school, a high school. Okay, this is really true. If you don't live in Barbados, you may think it's a lie, but it's what I'm saying is really, really true. Okay, so she's talking about mental health needs to be expanded, but I think the expansion should be letting people know that having kids is not like a sport thing. Is like how you play a sport, you go out there and kick the ball, you hit the ball, you throw the ball, you whatever with the ball. They should be taught. You should be taught. Myrna Lashley, should be talking about having children and it not being like a competition, a sport. It's not a game. It's not a game. And she's talking about troubled teens and having access to care. She didn't mention poverty. I'm sure she probably meant to. She didn't mention poverty, but I think if she's talking about mental health and it being all inclusive of other things, like to expand mental health services, it should also expand when you talk about proclivities like the lying and the stealing, like how they just killed Nichols. It's like nothing to kill someone there now, just like another sport. It's just like another sport, trying to get a hold of a weapon and doing your capers. She needs to talk about the lying and the stealing and the traits that Barbadians have because of centuries of slavery. Centuries. Not a year or two, centuries of slavery. She didn't touch on that. She didn't touch on slavery. Maybe she meant to, and I'm surprised that the Nation carried this particular article because it's a picture she's painting. She paints a picture. I paint a picture of Barbadians. It's not a safe place. Yes, you have tourists. Jamaica have tourists. Mexico, they have tourists. But for people who live there on a regular, it could be a dangerous place. It could be a very dangerous place for the locals. They know to leave the tourists alone because that's an industry and that's something that the police will come down really hard on you if you interfere with their money. Don't interfere with their money. But she didn't really go into that slavery portal. Okay, I go into the slavery portal. Any place that has had a bad history, even if it's a house that had like a massacre, like a lot of people were killed in that particular building, a lot of places would burn that house. That house would be grazed. They don't want it to remain. It's not a structure that can remain if a lot of tragedies happen in that particular place. Now, I don't expect that Barbados can be burned down. You don't expect that. But something similar must happen. Barbados have to start anew. It has to be something new for Barbados. It has to get rid of the past. But first, you have to acknowledge it. It has to be acknowledged. And it's something that's not taught in school. African history is not taught in Barbadian schools. That's the first mishap. It's the first mistake. It's going to take Barbados probably another 100 years to pull itself upright, to pull themselves upright. It's going to take a while, because hundreds of years in slavery can't be undone that easily. And right now I talk to Barbadians about going against their DNA. You have to actually go against what you were born to be and say, no, I'm not going to be like that. I want to be better. I'm not going to do that. I want to supersede my parents. I want to do better than my parents. My parents, I don't know, you don't pick your parents. So you need to look at who you came from, and you have to decide, just because they eat bread every day and they may have a diabetic curve in the family package, you can say, no, I'm not going to have that in my body. I'm not going to eat bread every day. I'm going to eat more fruit, more green stuff. I'm not going to be sitting around watching TV. I'm not going to be 300 pounds. You have to decide. You're going to have to decide, because the people that are there to teach you, they were unteachable. They were unteachable. So, but Myrna, I kind of have a problem with her. I kind of think that she didn't go deep enough. She's supposed to be a professor at McGill University. That's like prestigious now. That's top shelf university. But I felt she didn't go hard enough. She did not go hard enough. Barbadians need a wake-up call. And with the way things are, with the unteachableness that is there, and then the schools teach pure lies. They go to school and they are taught pure lies. Nothing that can help them in real life. Nothing. It's going to take another century or so. I'll be long gone. But yeah, I wish them luck. I wish them luck. This is Sherry Veronica.